This is December 2nd, 1982. This is Joe Todd,
Well,
interview with John Davidson.
Do you want now my career started with, but you don't want that. 12 years old to come up. Well, I come to Oklahoma. Now, this rest of it don't mean much. I don't think that.
Well, could you tell me again when you were born?
Huh?
When were you born again?
1884, August 22nd, in Nashville, just a little ways out of Nashville, Tennessee.
And how long did you live there?
Well, I was just 4 years old when they moved to Nebraska in 1889.
Oh, Nebraska?
Yeah, that's actually Nebraska. And the farm now was, so McKinley was elected and assassinated. And Pap was with farming. And then Pap, he was renting, and he bought him a farm at Creighton, Nebraska. We moved up there, and he got hurt a lot, so poor kid was up there, and they had to take him to Jefferson City, Missouri, to a specialist, and we did, and we moved everything down my horse and all, and my brother older than me, we hauled cordwood across the river in Jefferson City, Missouri, over the city, to everybody bought wood. And the spring of 1901, we moved to Elgin, Missouri. There's a new railroad, New Rock Island Railroad was starting, and we had teams. That's about all we ever knew, for a long time. And we got a job on that new railroad, and we kept that man in the family with us from the Kansas City. So working on the railroad, the team just like you see up there. Pulling wheel scrapers, slip scrapers, wagons. Mm-hmm. Now that's later, yeah, that's Oklahoma City though. And
so when did you come to Oklahoma?
Well then, no, I won't tell you. Well, in 1904, late 1903, we wound up at Kansas City, Missouri, just for the powder plant. For that powder plant, then that goes back a long way. And from that place out there, there's been all the refineries starting out what they become Sugar Creek, Missouri. That's northwest of Independence, Missouri, about 5 miles. And naturally, we had to work for a living, so him and I was supposed to the family. And we went to work there at that refinery, single-handed, we called it, and we punched that. And I tell them people don't believe it, but it's true. We punched that time clock like they punched it down there for about $2.80 an hour. We were getting a dime an hour. Just for 2 hours.
That was in 1903?
1903. Just a little while, and then we got our teams on. And from there, we got a better job of putting in a big cement. Well, we worked a while on County Road. Then we went to work to cement plant, worked there till 1907. Completed that. And there's a railroad job opening up at Howe, Oklahoma. And that's
where?
At Howe, old Howe, Oklahoma. And we moved down there we unloaded the stock there at Howe, Oklahoma.
How'd you come to Oklahoma?
Huh?
How did you come to Oklahoma?
Well, when we're from Tennessee.
Yeah, no, did you come by train from Missouri?
Well, from Tennessee, yes, to actually Nebraska. But most of our moving was by train. That is, now when we moved to Jefferson City, Missouri, we went by train, we shipped out of there. And then we rode them back from Jefferson City, Missouri to Elgin. Of course, it's cheaper on us to do that.
Now, when you came in 1907, did you come by train?
No, in 1907 we left Now I've got to get this right. My wife and I married on the 7th of August, And I worked played outside, and we went to Howe, Oklahoma on a railroad job with our team. And we shipped down there, and we unloaded our teams and our equipment like old Howe, Oklahoma, on the 7th day of October of 1907.
Were you married then?
Yeah,
When did you get married?
August 10th, 1907.
What was your wife's name?
Pearl M. Pearl M. Mayfield was her name before we got married.
Who was your father?
Her,
No, your father.
George W. Davidson.
Where was he from?
Well, let's go back on. He was now, you know, them days, them little ones didn't have no parents were bound out. They wasn't adopted. And the only way we didn't have to know that Davidson is our name, he was bound out. Now, like them days, he wasn't adopted. They were bound out, him and his brother. And when in 1863, when the Army war got still everybody stopped eating or whatever, well, my grandma on my mother's side, they killed her husband, my grandpa, and left her there with two little children, about so big. That'd be her only two children, my grandma, my mother and her brother, you see. Well, she knew these people up there, and their name was Davidson. Now, my grandma's name was McCain, and that's what my grandpa was. But he was bound out some people by the name of Davidson. And my grandma went, and she knew him, the neighbors, you know. She went up there, and Pappy was about 12, 13, 14 years old. And had the main crop then was tobacco, raised tobacco. She needed help, and she went up there and got him to come and help her, you know, the neighbor anyhow. Of course, she paid, I don't know how much paid, maybe 45 cents a day for all I know. And he stayed there and worked for her till her boy got big enough there, 16, 17, or 18 years old. Then he took off on his own. Then he come back later, and him and my mother got married. She was about 15 or 16. And as far as we know, we don't even know our name Davidson.
Mm-hmm.
But he took the name of the people he was bound out to.
Who was your mother?
Nobody knows. That's what my own grandma and my mother didn't know. But anyhow, Pat, it's a long story, but Pat went to work one morning, and my half-brother, you see, which would be my half-brother, finally. Well, he was just little, maybe 2 or 3 weeks old, and Pat come in from splitting rails. You don't know about that, I don't suppose. And there the baby was on the table or somewhere wrapped up with a note on him, "I'll not be that." Well, Pat then, he lived close enough, he brought the baby over to my folks, and that means to my grandma, and met him, and he called her grandma. And see, my mother then was, at that time, was a little girl, and he's going to hunt her up. And my grandma, as long as she lived, the hair talk, like she never told us kids that, but we did talking. And they all did believe that when Pat found this woman, they all did believe he killed her. Of course, he went off and left that little boy that all day, that baby. Oh, 3 or 4 weeks, a month old. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyhow, they never heard of him anymore. Yeah. And my grandma raised it. Well, finally, you know, a year later, I think the boy was 3 years old when Pat and Mammy got married.
Mm-hmm. Now, what was your mother's name?
Josephine.
Where was she from?
Alabama. She was born right there in the state of Alabama.
Mm-hmm. So you came to Oklahoma in 1907,
Yeah.
and
Now,
you came.
wait a minute now, let me just. Yes, that's just as near as I can tell it. That'd be right. I've been here, in here, but out, not to stay. Then when we come from Jefferson City, Missouri, and come back here, it was 1903. Come back to stay. That's when my wife and I got married at what they call now Sugar Creek, Missouri. But we were married at the end of Tennessee, Missouri in 1907. And really now, 1907, when our life, man and wife started.
What did you do for the railroad when you came to Oklahoma?
Work teams,
What,
dirt work, Fresno,
now, what is it when you work a team? What do you do?
Fresno, slip scraper, plow, wagon work, haul dirt, haul rock, whatever they have to do.
How long do you work for them?
Well, we worked on the new Rock Island Railroad from 1901 till early 1903. That's when we moved to Sugar Creek, Missouri. Now, there was no town there when we moved there. Ben and I moved our head of the family and put up camp to work at that oil refinery. That's when we worked 7 cents an hour. Single-handed.
So you moved there to set up a camp?
Huh?
You moved there to set up a camp at the refinery?
Yeah.
What was that camp like?
Well, it was just a place for us to live and a place for our horses and a place to keep our feet dry.
What was it, tents?
Tents, yeah. Just tents. Army tents, they're called. Them big heavy ones. And then from there, we worked there at that cement plant till 1907, about the 18th or 20th along there, somewhere along there. And it played out. And then he went ahead, he's older, and heard about this railroad job where they needed a lot of dirt work, we called it. He went down there and how long we sit down there on the, we unloaded the 27th day, about early evening, late evening I mean, at the stockyards. Evening of 1907, down at Howe, Oklahoma. And we lived there, so the boys never did a theater. Now, maybe you know this. I've heard lots of people never knew we had a depression in 1908. Did you know that?
I've heard that. Can you tell me what it was like then, the Depression?
Yes, I can tell you a whole lot about it.
Yeah.
Dan and I, we had money in the bank to pay our way, and we had hired out this other contractor, you see, that had a big contractor. And when he shut down, they shut us down. But they owed us, well, we never got it. Anyhow, we took script part, that's all we got. And now here's something that you never heard of this before, I don't think. Maybe you have. You've been around a lot and all that. We had money in the bank and we couldn't get but 10% of our own money for about 3 months. And I've heard people say, now I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. Come in.
You had how many?
22 head of horses and mules. We just had 2 mules. And never even got started to work. I think we worked 2 days with part of them and couldn't get no money for that. And we're buying feed from them, you see, the commissary, because they ship it in there, and that's the only place we had to buy. And of course, we paid them, you see, but we couldn't get no money. I think they owed us $1,200 or $1,300. And they give us what they call scrip. Maybe you heard of that. And the bank wouldn't take safe. And now we was there, couldn't get but 10% of our own money. And we're living in a tent. There was no houses, there's no such a thing that, other people lived in. And So me and my brother, he always stayed with me and my wife, and he come in one evening, and he said, Jim, I think I found something. Now this is going to surprise you, I think. And that's what it is. He didn't have no education at all, not a bit. And I do have a little. He says, I found out there's a big cement plant starting at Ada, Oklahoma. You know where Ada is?
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I found out I can go up there, or right old Charlie up there, one of us or both, go up there. They want teams, good teams. We had big stuff like you see that. And went up there, and they were just getting back. I think by the West Side until it was kind of organized. And he come back, and we went up there the second time. When the next time I went with him, you see, and went up there, and do you know they was having the first. this goes by you, I tell you. The first, and there's lots of people never knew that. They was having the first World State Fairs at Ada, Oklahoma. And that's where Governor Haskell was inaugurated. And now we wasn't right there in it, but we were down there several miles south of Ada, him and I, looking about work, and see them flags flying, and the microphones, I guess you call it, whatever, loudspeakers. Well, if we started home, we had to go part of the way up to Ada, the town of Ada, and we'd hear them loudspeakers, and we'd hear that first state fair going on, and then before we got home, someplace, I got a paper from Polo, Oklahoma, mm-hmm. And that was it. It's about Governor Haskell and the state fair at Ada, Oklahoma.
Did you go to that state fair?
Oh, hell no, we had to get back home. We had about 20 head of horses to take care of. But we was in right there more work.
What time of year was that?
It was October the 7th.
That was what, 1907?
1907.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I went to Nebraska. We pulled up there, and I went to Nebraska and bought out a little ranch, and I farmed and run cattle there till 1917, and I come to Drumright. That's where my brother and my family, my father and mother was.
Can I ask you what the town of Howe was like?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Well, it wasn't. There was a railway barn and a little eating place right by the depot. See, them two railroads crossed with all kinds, and MK&T started across there. And a little town, New Howe, just about 3/4 of a mile, something like that now, up on the hill. Well, instead of having my wife live in a tent, I went up there and I think they're buying that little 4-room house, brand new one. If somebody had lived in, but it was built new. And that's where we set up housekeeping. After we went to Howe, Oklahoma, we had our own furniture, you know. And when we went to move, then we moved back. Well, we couldn't get our money, and Ben and I, he picked him forehead, it was veteran, I picked forehead, and we just done whatever we could with those of them, and I bought me a little farm over in Arkansas.
We're at in Arkansas.
Midland City, western Midland City, about 7 miles.
So after you closed that at Howe, you moved back to Nebraska?
Well, I went back to Nebraska for no. I moved back over there from Howe. I moved over on a farm at Midland City and stayed there August, September, and I went back to my brother's then. He come back this time, you know, and we logged together there. And in 1909, our boys on the side we had got what they call a summer complaint. The doctor advised us to take him north. And so we just loaded up and left everything and went to Nebraska. And I had them sell some of our stuff down there. And now this was June of 1909. And in 1910 I moved on the farm and stayed there till Thanksgiving Day of 1917 and moved to Drumright. Left there and got to Drumright the next day after Thanksgiving.
What was the town of Drumright like when you first moved there?
It was just brand new and just a building. And I wish you could see it. Did you ever see Shantytown out in Oklahoma City? Well, that's about the only thing it's near the old tent. And the only man there that I knew of for sure that lived in a nice house in Drumright, and that was the man that founded the town of Drumright, old Aaron Drumright.
Did you know him?
Oh yeah.
What was he like?
He's just one of the best old men you ever knew. And he got a boy, John, just one of the best fellows you ever knew. But he's like me and my brother, he didn't know nothing about old Aaron didn't either. But now that man that I'm talking about was all Indian country. I hear something else, whether this goes on tape or not. That was in four half sections now, this corner right there in Drumright, and it was all Indian country. Now you've heard of people, I know you have, talking about old Oklahoma and new Oklahoma. There never was such a thing back in my time. Now, at the Kansas line, now you can check me on it if you want to. At the Kansas line, there's a strip for Oklahoma, the territory comes off, joins into Kansas. There's a strip up there about a mile and something near a quarter of a mile, something near a mile and a quarter, wide up there, and just now come to almost the south, Oklahoma, and the further comes this way to Nashville. Now that's where I located while I lived up on the farm. I bought an equity in the 106 acres of land there. So I put a good house and barn on it and went to work for the oil company. But my first work in the oil company was at Drumright for the Untitled Oil Company.
What's the name?
Untitled Oil Company. And life allowed to go to, if you never worked in oil field, that's just common work, everything.
Were you a roustabout?
Yeah, right for that.
In 1917?
Well, I was, that's when I moved back to Drumright, yeah. I was a roustabout, pumper, and...
What was your average day like as a roustabout? What would you do on the average?
Oh my God Almighty. So many damn things couldn't.
Could you tell me like what time you'd get up and just what you would go through in the daytime?
Well, you knew about what time, what you get up, but you never knew what you're going through in the day. They're liable to have you digging ditch, they're liable to have you cleaning sucker rods, or threading pipes, they're liable to have you climbing rigs 80 feet high, stringing up tubing tools. I know all that.
What time did you get up in the morning?
Well, if I had a milk cow, I'd get up about 5 o'clock, a little after, feed my chickens. I always kept a hog or two, and a cow or two to have milk and butter, have my own meat, some chicken.
Now, what oil company owned the oil field?
Well, there's Title, there was a dozen or more. Title Oil Company, Texas Oil Company, the Magnolia Oil Company.
How long did you work for Title?
I think somewhere around 6 or 7 months. And then I got a better job with Sinclair. Now, which would be, it was Old Prairie in Perth, you see. And so when the Sinclair took the Prairie over, the Prairie took the Sinclair took the Old Prairie over, then it was Sinclair. Like, well, let me, I switched oil. I'm one of 14 people, according to the history, that work in oil fields, works in oil, shipping oil, helping produce oil, and shipping oil, and pumping oil through pipelines. I'm one of 14 people living long enough to see oil sell for 18 cents a barrel and $4.42 a barrel. That come out in the Tulsa Tribune.
After Untitled Oil, you went to work for Sinclair?
Yeah, and I worked for them then till I worked for them Amarado and got an explosion, like got burned up. Then when I got well, they wouldn't hire me back. Well, I couldn't go back because the insurance wouldn't carry me, you see. Then I went for myself again. That's when I went back teaming.
What did you do for Sinclair?
Oh, every damn thing but teach books. That's a bad word to use. I'll get those about to get it help it.
Were you a roustabout then for Sinclair also?
No, I pumped oil. I worked in oil, gauging.
How did you pump oil then?
Oh, so many different kinds of pumps I don't know. They had to have regular pumps, just oil pump. They'll pump water oil either one, because that was
Which pump did you like best?
oh, I didn't like none of them. To say like them, there's so many different kinds. Well, if I could remember, I'd name you 25 different kinds of pumps.
Well, can you name one and tell me how it worked?
Well, the old Buckeye was the best because it was the simplest.
It was the simplest?
Well, it was just, there wasn't much to them.
How did it work?
Steam,
Steam?
had it boiled that way. So I worked 11 years right there in Oklahoma City. That's what I was working them teams out to see the pictures of.
Now you say you were in an explosion?
Yeah, that was just before Christmas of 1928. They said they picked me up 80 feet from where the explosion was.
And what happened?
Well, some idiot turned on the wrong valve and had the smudge built where we were working, just a little torch. Somebody turned that gas on and we had all over us anyhow. And they blew me 80 feet. And there was 6 of us, and I don't want to come out alive. And it looked for a long time like I wasn't going to. I ain't got no hide on my arm like you have. That's just tissue. And sometimes I have to keep that all covered. And blood comes to service.
Hey, where did that happen?
In January of 1920. No, wait a minute. The 24th of December, 1948.
1948 or 28?
48.
48.
No. 28. Yeah.
Were you working for Sinclair then?
No, I was then for Amarado. Amarado, they was foreign outfit, I don't know. They called them the foreign company operator. You never knew who you were working for that. All you knew was his name on the check. And that might be some people from South America.
And who'd you say you were working for when you got hurt?
Amarado Petroleum Corporation.
Amarado?
Yeah.
Where were they from?
Well, the ones that I knew, the head of, they come up with me at Drumright. I knew all the heads of them, that is my bosses. But the company was some kind of pointers, not pointers, but pointers for me, you know. Somewhere across the water. That's what they all everybody thought. We never got to meet them. Well, I was in Banjo and I had to go back to get my treatment for a long time, half a year or more.
Then what'd you do?
Well, when I got able to go to work, I moved to Oklahoma State and bought them teams, went teaming for the Petroleum Corporation. I worked for them till 1939, wait a minute now, 1942, and had a heart attack and moved back from the farm at Drumright, and I finished up my career at Drumright. No, I didn't finish, I ain't finished yet.
How long did you work for Phillips in Oklahoma City?
From 1933 to 1942.
What'd you do for them? Just team?
Hauling pipe, moving heavy machinery, and just whatever you do with the team.
Which oil field did you work in?
Oh, all over there. We went anywhere they needed us. We shepherd teams around different, wherever they had leases, that's all over. It's a dog life, I can tell you that. See?
What are some of the big wells you worked on?
Well, I worked on 2 or 3. I dug the pits and cellars for about 4 different ones here in Oklahoma City. I remember them the best. They come in and pull as much as 200 barrels an hour.
And you dug the pits and cellars? What are the pits and cellars?
Well, the mud pits, water pits for the groceries. It generally takes about, sometimes, it depends on how hard it is, whether it's rock or not. It takes sometimes, we get older, we dig them pits in about, with 3 spreaders and a good plow team in about 4 or 5 days, if it's all right. But if it's rock and you have to shoot it, it takes longer.
Then in 42 you moved back to Drumright?
Yeah.
And what'd you do in Drumright?
Well, I didn't do nothing for that I wasn't able. But I bought me some milk cows, farmed a little. I had 2 heart attacks the first year. And then I got up and got back to work and went to work for the boat team and went back in the teaming business.
Who'd you work for then?
Just, before when I worked my team for the oil company, I worked for 3 different oil companies. And then when I turned my farming outfit over to my youngest son, he wanted to farm. This time I was able to go to work. And I bought my tractors. I picked up one of them, a little one. I had 2 horses, he got 2 slow. And I got a set of the horses, what I need, and bought them tractors and went through the tractors. I worked for the Sinclair. I worked for everybody like contract. I done all my work contract. Then I didn't have my own boat.
How long did you work then?
Well, give me a little time. I won't tell it wrong. That was 51 when I bought my first tractor, yeah. And I worked teams up to that. And after I bought my tractor, I worked for several different companies. I worked nearly every company was in the field because I contracted on more.
And then you just worked teaming then?
I quit teaming when heavy machinery.
Oh, what'd you do with heavy machinery?
Oh, dig pits, build roads, just anything you had to do. That's my downfall. That's where I got hurt.
Where'd you get hurt?
Heart attack, this and that, back broke, broken leg.
Got your back broken.
Yeah, and my leg broke all to pieces.
But how'd you do that?
Oh, you get working that heavy machinery, it's hard to keep up with everything. I've had 3 bad heart attacks. That's what put me in here.
Mm-hmm.
No, that ain't all. That started it. Then I'd have my stomach taken out. That's what started. I never did retire. I was 72 years old. And I didn't quit work till 96. I was, I plowed and dished and sowed 6 acres a week just before I had quit having my stomach took out. And I was 96 years old.
96. And had your stomach taken out at 96.
I was 96 past.
That's pretty good. Do you remember the Spanish-American War?
I had this half brother now that I've been telling you about. He went through that Spanish-American War, but I wasn't old enough, can't tell you much about it. Only he went through it.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't put in the time and come home, got mad and went back. And so I don't know how long. And when he come home, he went to work in the oil field, got mad, and come find out he'd married my last school teacher. He come see us, and me and what little school, and the last school I had was Effie, and my young sister younger than me, and drove up there in Houston. He didn't tell her, you know. And when we moved away from Nashville, Nebraska, well, Sadie and I was going to school there to Effie. She was our teacher.
Where were you going to school?
At Nashville, Nebraska for a little while, between moves, you know, before we get to session. And Effie, young woman, 17 or 18 years old, probably in the 3rd grade. And moved about 100 miles away, and when Jack, that's where we knew him, you know, when he got out of the Spanish-American War, he come back from Nashville, and that's where we lived the last time he had written his mom or grandma a letter, Nanny called her, and that's where we lived. And when he come back after about 6 or 7 months, he hadn't got no letter. He didn't know what was still lived at Nashville. So he come in, and somehow or another he got acquainted with Sadie, Effie, I mean, and he couldn't find nobody know where we moved to, and where we moved without what. And he finally got acquainted with Effie. He went to school. Somebody told him to go to school and find out. And I was down there, she remembered me and Sadie, you see. And so Effie, she knew where we had moved to, through us 2 kids, me and my sister younger. And they drove up to come to our town of Clayton, Nebraska, and drove out trying not to liberate days. There were no automobiles them days, that I know of. And come down there, and Jack and Effie got out. Of course, our Sadie and I was picking beans, I don't know what it was. We come out of the house, and Sadie seen us and said to my half brother, he said, I don't know where we're at now. He said, that's Jim and Sadie. That's kind of coincidence, wasn't it? We had many good laughs like that. And come to find out after Maddie school teacher, she never got higher than 8th grade. And she just next to it when they married her. But still she teaches school.
What about World War One?
Well, I just missed it by from the 9th to the 11th. No, I got my call for the 14th, and I missed it sign on the 11th. But I was going into Florida in the Newport News.
What about the Depression of the 1930s?
Huh?
The Depression of the 1930s?
Well, it actually ruined me, I can say this. I had money. I wasn't hurt. But I wasn't hurt too bad. I come out of it better than a lot of them.
What'd you do in that depression?
I done every goddamn thing that's honest to preach and sell whiskey. I pick up pipes, take contracts, picking up pipes, or stringing pipes for the pipeline company, building levees for dikes, you know, the whole oil. I never lied to them. But boy, I had the best of a lot of them. I only lived out where I'd have my hogs and my cows, my chickens, and raise what we eat, the most of it. I did it all through the depression. We run out of meat, I'd butcher another hog. Run out of beef, and butcher a calf.
How many kids do you have?
We raised 6 children of our own, and 3 children, 3 grandchildren. We raised 9 in all. And all finished in 9th grade, out of the 12th grade. My youngest son got 2 years of college. Of course, he helped part of it, and I helped him much. We. No, I've been alone now 8 years. I live alone, done my own cooking and washing and everything for almost 5 years.
Mm-hmm. What's your fondest childhood memory?
Well, the best part of it, yeah, I'm still going to that, and my wife, we talk about it a lot. For the 7 years I was on the ranch in Nebraska, having a couple of hired hands, and running cattle, but let me tell you, I tell them all that. Then people was people. People ain't people anymore. You ain't got no friends. You just think you have. They're friends when they're looking at you. But never they turn their back on you, that's all right.
Will there be have any
I'll
comments?
tell you one thing,
Okay.
and this, my life is no secret to me. I don't keep nothing secret. I've lived a life that I so I've had many heart attacks. I'm just sitting here now. A lot of times I sit here for 2 and 3 hours time, I can't even get up. I'm afraid to get up, because I've had that happen. And I've lived a life, they say, well, don't stay, no sir, I'm ready. If you want me, I'm here. I've never cheated nobody intentionally. I've never lied to them intentionally.
Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
If I've ever done anybody any wrong, I didn't correct as I found out, I don't know it. And my wife died that way. We weren't ashamed to meet the public.
Mm-hmm.
And I told the preacher here the other day, he come see me about every week. Hadn't been here yet this week, but he will be. He says, well, Grandpa says, what did you do all these years that you worked? And I said, well, now, I've just got one way to answer that, and I've always answered that way for many years. As I've done nearly everything that was on it, but preach and sell whiskey. You answer.
Mm-hmm.
And the most fun is, and I get a kick out of that too. You take every dollar you got that you get hold of, go and buy you a bunch of cattle, and get home with them, look them over and say, Dadgum, I've got something nice. And 2 or 3 days the bottom fell out of them, you lost them. You've lost about half. Now that's a good, if you want to know what a good feeling is, you try that.
That happened to you?
You darn right it did.
When did that happen?
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
But I come out of it. I saved a little, but I come out of it.
Stay right in there.
But you had to.
Besides the explosion in the oil field, what's your most memorable experience in the oil fields?
Well, they're trying to make my superintendent, old John Wolf, of the old Oil and Gas Company, understand that I was smarter than he was. Me and him would fight every time we got together, and one of the best fellows I ever knew.
What was his name?
John Wolf, they called him Coyote. He red-headed, and one of the best fellows I ever worked for. I worked for him 11 years. Then I went Sinclair. That's how come I go to Sinclair.
Mm-hmm. And you tried to prove to him that you were smarter? Did you prove it?
Yeah, I proved it.
What'd you do?
I laid a water line 2.5 miles uphill and downhill and over the hill, and moved water from one pond to another without a pump.
How'd you do it?
Air. Put your nav in every so often, and know how to fix it much. And then shut this water by a pump on the end. And when it gets started shut, you get the water going through, shut the pump, and loop. You empty the pond.
It was like a siphon, wasn't it?
No, it's pumping itself. Yeah. Suction.
What else you want to tell me?
Oh, I don't know. I can tell you a whole lot and it'll all be true, but a lot, God darn. I'll tell you go through a lot in the years I've made. But the best, honestly, I ain't joking, the best years of life now, we was talking about the 7 years that I put in on the ranch side in Nebraska running cattle. That's the best part of our lives.
How big was the ranch?
Huh?
How big was that ranch?
Oh, I'd have times I wouldn't have but 2 or 3 milk out, and other times I'd have 200 or 300 head.
Yeah.
That's what it went like goes. And if you ain't got the guts, as I call it, to go and speculate, you won't do no good on the ranch. Well, here was the whole deal. Them big dealers, commission men in Kansas City and St. Joe, Missouri, old Philadelphia, and them, I know them all, really. Well, they would punch the cattle, you see, and me to punch the pasture, and I get 6% gain, you see. But now pasture in that country, now if you're going to run that many cattle, you have to lease as much as a whole section of pasture. And there's only one time that I didn't make just make good money. Doing that, a 6% gain. They were way too small, you know. Then I'd always get about 200-pound gain. Well, now people don't know the secret of this. It took me a long time to catch it. If you put a 200-pound calf, a hog in a pen, you see, and feed him corn, it cost us 10 cents a bushel, we just sold that. And he'd gain 100 pounds for a $10 bill. You see, with that 10 bushels of corn, then you fill that hog for 40 cents a pound, you make pretty good money.
Mm-hmm.
And the best money ever I made, the easiest money ever I made was just for I'm finished. Well, I come away from Nebraska, I wasn't hurt. I had money by pay cash.
How come you left Nebraska?
Well, I'm gonna be with my folks. I haven't seen them in 10 years. And I just want to see my brother.
Did you know your grandparents?
Huh?
Did you know your grandparents?
I didn't know none of them on my grandma. I never seen none of my kinfolk, only my grandma on my mother's side.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother's name was McCain. My father, well, I know my mother was born in Coleman County, Alabama. And my oldest brother, my oldest sister, and my brother was older than my buddy, like Howe, you know, when we broke up and then I got back together in 1917, Drumright.
Was your grandfather killed in the Civil War?
Yeah, my father's father.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my mother's father. He was killed during the war, 63 wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he on the north or south?
South. He was a Yankee.
He was a Yankee?
Yeah.
Okay, he was from the north then, wasn't he?
Yeah, that'd be, I guess he was a Yankee. It's
Okay.
what they call them rebels. That the rebels killed him and a couple of cows, and I don't know what all. They just, my mother just had one brother. She just had 2 children. That's Coleman County, Alabama. I was born in Tennessee.
Did your grandmother ever tell you about the Civil War?
Quite a bit. I don't remember much of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she told me about how they killed their stock and how they done. But they never bothered me more after that.
Where did she live at that time?
Oh, some 2 or 3 or 4 miles south of Coleman, Alabama. That county is Coleman County.
So the Yankees came through and killed all the stock?
No, the rebels.
Well, the rebels were from the south.
Well, the rebels killed the stuff. They were Yankees. My grandfather and grandmother were Yankees.
Oh, but they lived in Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I've got a niece, my oldest sister, oldest girl, the next oldest, was writing a book on our history. Well, she done got it written.
Has she talked to you before?
Oh, she does, my birthday party, she showed me the book. She's done it, she finished it.
That's good. Well, do you have any more comments you want to make?
Oh, I don't,
About the oil field business?
yes. That is the greatest life outside of my ranch. I'm going to say in Oklahoma now. I'm going to have to leave my experience and my time in Nebraska out. But I never lived no place yet, and I would let anybody go back. There's a banking schools in Oklahoma, the Yale, Oklahoma, the Bristol, Oklahoma, the Drumright, Oklahoma, that my check would be good yet if I write one that they done that.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my sister, it's true, like she passed away about a year ago. I'm the last one of the family of 9, 11. I'm the last one. And we was just a month or 2 before she passed away. I was down there visiting her. And some way or another she found out the bank. Of course, now the people got it now. It's the ones that we commenced with. But we're 2 the oldest depositors in that First State Bank. And that commenced in 1918. and I've still got some money in that. But they want me to check it out, and I won't do it. A little,
Have any advice for your kids or grandkids?
huh?
Have any advice for your kids or your grandkids?
That's what?
Do you have any advice for your kids
Oh,
or your
I'll give them
grandkids?
all. I'll give them all that, all I'm going to. No, that's all I'm going to. But you know, we from here, we raised our 6 children. We raised 3 grandchildren. But you believe it or not, and they'll tell you, that we, no matter me especially, I never touched one of them lick matters in my life. And I kill them out if I ever caught him doing it. I didn't need to. Talking at the rave like you don't need to. Don't do nothing to somebody that you wouldn't want them to do to you. That's been my motto always. My grandmother taught me that. Don't do nothing for somebody else that you wouldn't want them to do to you.
That's true. Well, Mr. Davidson, I want to thank you for the interview.
Well, you're welcome. I ain't told you things that ain't true the best I know it. I've got one team up there, that white horse up there on the end, that black.
Yeah.
I broke them 3-year-olds back in about 1933, and 1934, 35, 36, 37, 38. I won the heavyweight pulling contest there at the fair.
At the state fair in Oklahoma City?
And I lost it to that black team back here. Well, that black horse on the first side, one of them had a colt, a 3-year-old on this side. And if I turned the big horse on the other side loose and held him, they wouldn't beat me then. But I told the youngster boys, I know them really well. I told them, I said, now I've had it long enough, and I know them, we're pretty good friends. And I had to wrap busted bits of barbed wire so that I could hold him. I didn't want to mash that colt. And it just wanted about 4 inches, and me holding that as a head mouth. I hated that. But that first time they tried to beat me for 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
That big, you see that picture up there, right under them big horses you see?
Yeah.
That was taken as the first team I bought in Drumright, Oklahoma, in 1917. 4 times.
Okay.
Well, I've had no somebody, but you, I shut that off just a minute.
Well, can you tell me what the fair was like in St. Louis?
Oh, it just as much consider that the highest thing ever I seen be a turn around on a wheel. I know. That, maybe you heard that early in life. Meet me in St. Louis, Louis meet me at the fair. We go dance to hoopty, we'll dance to hoopty at St. Louis World Fair. Did you ever hear that?
Mm-hmm.
No? Well, me and my wife danced, that's what I've been married 15 years. They play that on music.
Yeah. What did you do at the fair?
Oh, well, quickly, they'll quit paying me, I come home.
What did you do there?
Oh, I started to work on the fast wheel.
Oh, you worked in the Ferris wheel.
I was going to, but I wasn't old enough. See, the union wouldn't let me work. It was all union.
Yeah.
Then I didn't belong to union. If I'd been 21, I could work on anyhow, you see, on the ground. But I wouldn't went up nohow.
So what, did you work at the fair?
I worked 4 days. I just found out I wasn't old enough and they run me off.
What did you do those 4 days?
Oh, move the tail around, you know, tie it on for the horse machine. The horse had the tail up there, build a fast wheel. They killed 7 miles in about 3 days.
So you worked a team there at the fair?
No, I just went down there to work on the dick. That's what I went for. Because they paying $1 an hour. You see, we couldn't get that much for a team.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we went for.
But you couldn't go to work there?
Well, I was grown up.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't tell you that up there, but I just forgot it.
Yeah, thank you.
But he never found anyone yet to know that song. Meet me in St. Louis, Louis, meet me at the fair, or when the fair was. More. Huh?
This is July 13th, 1987. My name is Joe Todd, and this is an interview with Mr. James Davidson at the Four Seasons in Oklahoma City on South Walker. Mr. Davidson, where were you born,
Nashville, Tennessee,
and when's your birthday?
22nd of August. 22nd of August,
What year?
1922. 1922, I'll put it to
What year you say you were born?
it. 84,
84? 1884?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who was your father?
George W. Davidson.
And your mother?
Her name is Kathleen McCain.
McCain?
Kathleen McCain.
Where were your parents from?
Well, my father and mother both raised in Alabama.
Alabama?
That was the son of it for me. But my mother was raised in Alabama. Selma, Alabama. Coleman County, Alabama.
What about your father? Where was he raised?
Well, that's not all I can tell you. That's where he was raised too.
He was from Alabama?
He was part Cherokee Indian.
Yeah, okay.
He was part Cherokee Indian. But I can't tell you how much.
Was your father in the Civil War?
No. He did some acting when it was over.
What about your grandfather?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah?
No, I wouldn't know. My
Do you-
grandmother was a school teacher.
She was.
Yeah, my grandmother on my mother's side, she teached at Coleman, Alabama, before Coleman was ever built. That is before, during the war before.
Yeah. What was your grandmother's name?
Kathleen McCain,
Kathleen McCain?
yeah.
And you say she taught school in Coleman, Alabama?
Uh,
She taught school in Alabama?
oh no, I never knew because I never went in Alabama.
Yeah.
Only when I went back
Mm-hmm.
a few times after I was grown.
Why did your parents move from Alabama to Tennessee?
Well, I don't know what to me in that little. Now, them days you did homestead land. In that country, that during them times, after the war, you ran.
Mm-hmm.
You settled on it and proved it up. And when you proved it up, the government gave you an easement.
How do you prove up the land? What do you have to do?
Build a home, a log house, and a log house. I was born in a log house.
You were.
Yeah, and as well as I know, in 1922, the most of it was still there. I went back to 1922, and the state of Trumpet State. It's a federal estate now. It's, they made a big park out of it for my father, where I was born. I hadn't been back since 22, 19.
How long did you live in Tennessee?
I think the best I can tell you, I was about 7 years old, 5 to 7 years old, but we left Tennessee, go to Nebraska, moved to Nebraska
How did you move to Nebraska?
by train,
By train?
yeah.
Did your father say why you moved to Nebraska?
So he went ahead and got a home ready, and in the fall after everything went up, they got sold out, tobacco crop. Now this will be pumice field, that was the money crop. That was tobacco. And they sold $2,000 worth of tobacco. And now-
Why did your family move to Nebraska?
Well, they all this for the country to be settled up there. That's when your basket was settled up. Was it 1890, 98 or 99?
Oh, thank you. Oh, she cooked on a fireplace in Alabama and Tennessee?
Tennessee, yeah.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
we raised on cornbread, milk.
Yeah. Was your grandfather killed in the Civil War?
I don't know. I never found that out.
Mm-hmm.
My father, my grandfather, was old Saratoga, Cherokee Indian. My grandfather. But my father, he was about 3/4, I think, the best I could say.
Yeah. Understand that your family took the name Davidson.
Well, let me tell you, the best I know of my grandmother is that when my father was just a boy during the war, and the rebels, they call them, come along, killed all the hogs and horses, and then left them one mule. And Pappy was not Pappy and his brother. My father and his brother was adopted out. So some people buy the name of Davidson. Now that's where we come by our name. Was that he was adopted out too. He was 3/4 Cherokee Indian.
What was the name before Davidson?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Well, see, I was just a little boy when my grandmother died.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was about maybe 11 years old when my grandmother died.
Mm-hmm.
And we kids never got much schooling.
Did you move to Nebraska in '89?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how long did you stay in Nebraska?
Well, I stayed till 1917. I stayed till 1917.
Did you move to Missouri?
Huh?
Did you move to Missouri?
No. Well, yes, it is. Yes, it is. In 1891,
Yeah, 1901.
wait a minute, 1891, 1890, 1892, we lived in Salem, Missouri. And we moved to Jefferson City in about 1900. My father got struck by lightning, and my brother and I, just older than me, we had the family. Well, Pat, they found out they get a doctor for Pat, his head was busting open, and he was out, you know, there's no, I just watched it. And they found out that the doctor in Jefferson City, Missouri, that could help him, and pulled out everything from Creighton, Nebraska, that's not County, Nebraska, and moved to Jefferson City, Missouri, and doctored him, and never did cure him for his, you know, move, but we kept him till he died.
Did your father work for the railroad?
Huh?
Did your father or did you work for the railroad?
No.
Did
No.
you
Not that I know of.
did you work for the railroad?
Oh, me and my brother did, but on different parts of the railroad. From the Lock Island Railroad, built from the state of Missouri, but we lived in Elmer, Missouri, and was hauling groceries from Elmer to the state of Missouri, the Wagon, and the New Island Railroad started building, and we kept my father and mother and the rest of the family together and followed that railroad to Kansas City, Missouri. Worked on that railroad. Worked 15 on the railroad.
What exactly were your duties on the railroad? Tell me again what you did.
I don't know none of my kinfolk.
No, what kind of work did you do for the railroad?
Teamwork.
Teamwork?
They were building that new railroad from Missouri, from Salem, Missouri, before we come in to Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
He said, work on it all the way. And then they all finally started what they call Shoal Creek, Missouri, a little new town, but it's a big, big town now, and Coxsackie. We stayed there then for 19 and 7, what's that? So we moved I changed on a railroad job to Howe, Oklahoma. And 1907 now, we was Howe, Oklahoma, when Oklahoma became a state. 1907.
You said that you lived in army tents?
Huh?
Did you live in the old army tents when you worked for the railroad?
So we lived in tents, and have tent built houses. And lots of times we could, we had children go to school. We went farmhouses, empty farmhouses, and lived in them, where we sent children to school, younger brothers, sisters.
Do you remember Statehood Day in Oklahoma?
Huh?
Do you remember Statehood Day when Oklahoma became a state, 1907? That was November 16th.
No, not for Oklahoma, no, not for Oklahoma come state. But we was in Howe, we were living in Howe, and Oklahoma became a state.
Yeah. Was there a big celebration on that day?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Oh, it'd be hard to we never seen a train, carrying flags and banners. It was a big show. Because them days you didn't see as much as you see now. There wasn't much to see.
How big was Howe?
But how? Oh, it was more than 9, 10 times that many. Just a small town. I don't think there's any. Well, the last time I flew there was no town at Howe.
Where was Howe located?
I think the best I can tell you, it was somewhere about 40 miles south of Poco, Oklahoma. That's Poco, Oklahoma. That's a big town.
What's the name of it?
Poco.
Poto, okay. I understand that you moved to Ada.
Yeah, we moved there. Well, that means my brother and I was working at a cement plant in Independence, Missouri, and they got through, and by this time I got mad, and the family alone, and we got a job at Howe, Oklahoma, where the Navy was over. We had a little job there, and we went down there and going to do that waiting for that cement plant at Ada. Start, and we go over that, they were sitting us down there. That is on that half boat. And we were going to go to work later when that plant started and the depression hit. And I hear something here lots of people don't know. We had money. We wasn't broke, Ben and I. That's a little older than I. We had money to pay away. And we couldn't get about 6% of our own money.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because it wasn't that habit.
Was that the Depression of 1907?
Yeah. And they always say, of course, now this don't start no policy. It was me especially. They did a lot of things. They hauled about the Roosevelt, never had the pressure on the Roosevelt administration. What the hell is all that? We give away better horses out of our field of our own. No feed, you couldn't buy feed. We couldn't even, we had on, couldn't get our own money. Couldn't get enough money of our own money to buy, go ahead with. So he took part of the horses. We picked the horses up, and he took part. He went back to Kansas City, and I leased me a farm over in Arkansas. That's what my wife and I started out farming that way.
Tell me about the first state fair.
Huh?
The first state fair in Ada in 1907.
Oh. Well, now, we didn't live right. I never did live right in Ada.
But did you mention that you went to the state fair?
That was state fair that we went to. That was 1907.
Yeah, tell me about that fair.
I never go. All we did was there just long enough to be there, and that's all. We were camped in south of Ada, where that Ada rock quarry was for the cement plant. Well, that never did develop, and I lived the farm, and went back to the farm, and that's the last of that. But that's 1907.
Did they have an airplane there at the state fair?
No, that's the first automobile that we've seen in that island. That's old Buick and all of the Chevy Jets on the outside. Old bald up Buick.
Tell me about working in the oil fields.
Well, the worst of it all had me. I got burned up twice. 2 people got burned up with me. I'm burned all to pieces. And that's half what put me in. Oil fires, you ain't seen nothing yet. I hate to talk about it.
You don't like to talk about it?
I don't tell people much. They don't believe it.
Would you tell me about it?
Well, then when they be getting on that long gas fire, there were 2 people. One plumb up with me. You couldn't tell one from another. My 2 feet. I in hospital 18 weeks. I never got over it. That's what put me in shape on them part of it. No just an explosion. They said, now I'm talking what the papers come out in the papers. Now this was a Seminole film I'm talking about. They claim they picked me up 85 feet before the explosion was. And you don't know when that is, it boomed by you. Don't know what caused it. Electric short somewhere. That's that all.
Was that near Seminole or Drumright?
Seminole. East, North Seminole, northeast.
Would you give me a description of Seminole when the oil boom was going on?
Oh my God, man. Yes. If you had any money, you better stay home and put your hand on it. And if you want to live, stay outside of the night. Now that's what we did.
Were there many saloons there in Seminole?
And this is about what anywhere you wanted. Out of somebody's pocket.
I heard they had a place called Hell's Half Acre.
And they did.
What was that place?
Oh God, I never went down there. Not too much of cows. I had read it. You know, I never tell nobody about that. I don't even make talk about it. And no one what I know. And it was just as common, man, to pick up 7 or 8 dead men on Truck Street, that south part down the railroad track. Now it come out in the paper now. It had to be part of. They found like 11 dead men one morning down in Seminole. That nobody knew. They had trouble finding the identity of them.
Why were they killed?
Huh?
Why were they killed?
Oh, booger riding. Robbery. Hell, they killed it out before. I never went out of the night.
How long did you live there?
Oh, I went there in 1920, about 9 years.
Yeah.
I
Tell-
was in 13.
Yeah. Tell me about Drumright.
About 35 miles west of you know Cruising is?
Where?
Cruising, Oklahoma.
Rusin? Have no?
Well, then I know it's appropriate that kind
Yeah.
of thing. But it's about 30 to 35 miles west of the Papa.
What did it look like in the early days, Drumright?
Hell. And if you had any money, stay home and keep your hand on it.
Was it a town kind of like Seminole in
Oh,
the oil boom?
they were both. They got dead and every morning. Listen, you ain't gonna believe this. Now, I didn't count them. Those times I said it. But there was one morning down in the Seminole, and Jack Ayers, the chief of police, called me with telephone and told me to come in and see if I could identify somebody. And man, it would make your eyes hurt. Make your eyes hurt to see 7 or 8 or 10 men there that had been killed during the night that nobody knew. No identification. What the devil gonna do with people like that?
Guess just bury them.
Huh?
Just bury them, I guess. Was the flu epidemic in those boom towns?
Huh?
And the flu epidemic?
They hit two twice in Seminole. They hit like to run that town at one time. That flu epidemic. You couldn't get it off. Well, you couldn't run right either.
Did many of those men die in the epidemic?
Well, in our camp, we called it, like Seminole, there was a whole family, of people died except one boy about 7 or 8 years old. And he had the addiction when they all had it, and he didn't get this. He didn't get that flu.
Understand that you worked for a foreign oil company.
Oh, I worked for several different oil companies.
Worked for Phillips?
Huh?
Worked for Phillips?
The Phillips, I worked for the Phillips more than anybody else. The Phillips, fine old man. I knew him personally.
Oh, Frank Phillips?
Yeah, oh yes.
What kind of man was he?
One of the best old fellows you ever saw. And to me, you talk to him, you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know who he was. That is, you know, to see the statue he was. Hell, he never come to Oklahoma City. I'm going to see that great horse, that white horse there,
Yeah.
and others. He never come down right. He couldn't come to see them horses. They fixed his knees in the state house over here in Oklahoma City. I worked for 11 years right there in Oklahoma City.
In the Oklahoma City oil field?
Yeah, Oklahoma City. All.
What'd you do in the oil fields?
Oh my God, man. Big pit, whole pipe, and I'd like to say this. I've got 3 more of things for them.
Yeah.
Pictures.
Would you tell me the difference between a standard rig and a rotary rig?
Yeah. A rotary rig is for the liquid drilling. A rotary rig and have a turntable in there, and that big thing down there turn that, and they got machinery, tell you all that. But a cable to the rig is just like a wire line over it. And then I wish you could see me sometime a year or two back before I was lost from that. Would you believe it? I tell you that I, not just I, we was in less than I stay a quarter of a mile of the rig right down the Drumright, and when they hit the P-duct, they call it, it blew them tools out of the hole, took off, and the folks got I've got pictures of them boys. And blew them tools and planted tools on save my life, and long drilling tools, and the drill bit, and all put together, the jars and all put together, was a keen load. And he blew them out through the rig, pulled the rig down and blew them the full length of the drilling line, and that well flowed. I seen more oil run down the creek, low ground down like that, and I wasn't the only one, and lots of people ever saw. And it went plumb into the river. Next week, it was.
How many men work on a cable tool rig?
A cable tool rig, about 4 at a time.
What does each man do?
Well, they start the old bit, and big old bit take a machine. They had to handle them with the drill bit, weighed 5, 6, 700 pounds. And held it that big spot.
How far is that drill bit dropped each time in the standard rig?
They got where they drop them somewhere around 7 feet. I'd hear that talk, I couldn't tell you much about that, because I never worked. I played work on one of them. I started, I never worked a team.
What did you do after the oil fields?
I bought the tractors, and got too slow for horses, and I bought the tractors, farmed a little, raised cattle, but I worked for the Sinclair and the tractors, for 7, 8, 10 years. I never quit work. That's a picture of my little tractor. I never quit tractor work. I passed 96 years old, way up on that little little tractor, way up there. I never quit working. I passed 96 years old.
96. Huh. What are the photographs up here? The horses?
That was the pulling contest. The horse up there, that bus.
Yeah, just a second. What's the other picture up here of the horses? What are they doing?
Them was just 3-year-old. I was just racing them.
Son has all your photographs?
Yeah, he's got a whole lot of my pictures.
Where does he live?
Oh, he lives at Yale.
What's his name?
He's working for some automotive, some big outfit there. I can't say it for. He belongs to the
What's his name?
Jackson.
Jackson?
Kenneth Jackson.
Kenneth Jackson.
Yeah.
That's your grandson in Yale?
Uh,
That's your grandson that lives in Yale?
no, that's where he lives. He lives 5 miles north of Yale.
Yeah, okay.
The Yukon, I mean Yukon.
Oh, Yukon.
Yeah. I said Yale.
Yeah.
North of Yukon.
Well, Mr. Davidson, I think we have a good interview.
Well, I wish I was able to say it more.
Oh, you've done pretty good.
I've been about half burned, bad burned.
Yeah.
There's been 52 different bunches burned up with me.
You know, this is the second time we've talked to you.
Huh?
You know, we talked to you once before.
Did you?
Yeah? And the certificate up on the wall, that's the one we gave you. We talked to you back in '82.
Yeah.
That's when you lived in Midwest City.
That little bitty old tractor I see on it, so my daughter-in-law, my Ken's wife, helped me off that. They did. I was 96 years old. I never been back.
Okay. Sir, thank you. It was the first, that was Charles Haskell.
Huh?
Charles Haskell.
You don't believe it. It's hard to believe it. I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Hardly. I don't know how I can. But my roommate in the other hospital where I was, rest home, he couldn't talk. And he had brothers over in him just fine, but he couldn't talk. And I don't know what brought the talk up, but anyhow, why, his mama and daddy were well-to-do people, contractors, wealthy, and the organized people. His mama and daddy were well-to-do people, contractors, wealthy, and the organized people. And they got talking to me about back history, you know, and so they come around to this, and been going back to college, high school in Edmond, Oklahoma, and you don't know how many people that don't know who I was governor of Oklahoma was.
Mm-hmm. Who was he?
Huh?
Who was he?
Governor Axel.
Yeah. Did you know him?
Not personally, but I met him in a state of Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
That is over distance. I was there when he was inaugurated.
You were?
I wasn't like that, but we had moved that gas where they were going to build that new gas cement plant about 6 miles south. And we heard all the filming do, and we heard all the noise, you see. And then Sinclair had banners on past the train on the Rock Island Railroad. And then later years, I met him here several times with Mr. Phillips. And he'd have them picnics, and he was there once or twice with Uncle Frank Phillips. We called him Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank, he's just uncle to all of us, but you'd be to see him with us, Washington, you wouldn't know him. You wouldn't know his Frank Phillips.
Did you know Bill Murray?
Huh?
Did you know Bill Murray? Did you know Bill Murray?
Oh, yeah. Old school back with Bill. Well, wait, I'll go back a little bit. You remember when he drilled the first well in Oklahoma City, above Oklahoma City at the top?
Was that the Discovery well?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was in...
You know who done it? Bill Murray. You know what they told him? I heard it told. He told me he going to drill a well on that state ground if he had delivered for Malaysia. And me and Eddie Wilson, and well, they made him Prince of Power to dig the first pit was at the Discovery Well, and old Bill Murray drilled it on the militia too.
Was that the well on the Capitol ground?
That's the Capitol Well. That's what brought us to the hot dog.
What kind of man was Bill Murray?
A little old dried up fella, threw the back around where it out and one of the best old fellas ever seen if you liked it. If you didn't like your health, you better look out. I saw more of him than ever I met. That is, that little while. And he was just what he was. I went up there once to see about some of the ones that were now. And when sometimes went in there, I said, bag of things her down there. And there wasn't no people to look at as well as I. And I said, good morning, Uncle Bill. He was way older than I. I said, good morning. He said, may I help you? I said, I hope you can. I told him what I wanted. It would be about $800 state money, me and my buddy, you see, for state work we done for the state. And I handed him my flyer, you know, to them, and over the club. Wrote me out a check. State money.
Yeah.
And all the damn heap stuff in this town. The best governor I ever had. Oh, I just like the deal why they sat down and said it. Them companies, a lot of them companies were stealing the people buying that own the royalties, you see. There's somebody lay line from a tank to another tank somewhere else and transfer that oil on the ground, unbeknownst to everybody that never did know. And our whole pipeline was, my team was about 2 feet the whole pipeline that he made them take up and destroy.
Is that Bill Murray?
Isn't that right? And one or two of them there, I don't think they got out of 1050 yet. They were stealing that law of the oil.
That's right.
No, I'll fight for Bill Murray.
Were you there whenever he called out the militia?
Huh?
You know, he called out the militia on several times.
He did that well.
Yeah.
He told me to do it on the mission, and that's what I did. And they guarded us out for 2 days.
How come they had to use the militia to drill the well?
Well, the state was going to let them. Some part of them was going to lie to do it. And he just got us all started with the mission. Then there was nothing they could do about it. And now that well, if you want to know, there ain't nobody knows any more about how that, you know more about how it was done. But that well, that's where old Capitol in the soil from, all the visit, ain't where that really is sold. It's right on almost the center of the Capitol building itself.
How'd you dig it?
Huh?
How'd you drill it?
With a quick shot, and then south, 2 or 3 blocks south of Oklahoma City, where the 2 different oil companies, Phillips had one whole block there, east and west. And these rich people didn't want their places tore up with oil. You probably know where it is. Right through the big middle there. Well, here come the Drumright on one side, the north side, and the Phillips on the other had the oil leads on the other property, you see. That's because. And they went drilling that, me and my buddy was digging the pit, the Phillips and others. And they drilled that and got all the oil. And then they filled up the tail and and I guess the last I knew of, they still in the lawsuit over it. Them people trying to gain their royalty.
Okay. Mr. Davidson, I want to thank you. I've enjoyed this.
Well, I've been
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I come up the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
I done been finished. When I was 12 years old, I'd been 12 years old and old, and my father hired me out to an old ranch to herd cattle. And I think the best I can get is I got $12 a month and my board and stay, you see. And the first day I stayed around the ranch, you know, and herd around no fences, you see. I started west of Clayton, Nebraska, in the wild country. And I stayed there I was 18 years old with him. And when I quit 18 years old, why, in October, when they all shipped out, you know, I went home and I never did go back. I've slept out my old cattle many a time. And there's something up there. People don't know as much about the weather as an old cow. An old wild horse. And I brought this up, and it's true. If you herd cattle and lay down overnight for your cattle, they'll never lay down till they're tired because of the night. And you see an old cow or a wild horse, I had 5 all the time to ride. No feed, you know. Isn't that much? Then you see an old cow go with a horse, wild horse, go lay down overnight for go to bed because he's in town around, go this way, sniff that. Now you never did that. They'll never lay down till they sniff that air. That's the way. And when he laid down, if he laid down whichever way he's back, it's that way or that way or that way, that's where the leaves are going to be from. And if there's going to be a storm, they'll run and play, and they won't lay down like storm doors. They won't lay down like storm doors. Now that's where we got that trouble. That's where we went. That's what helped me get all that. An old cow, a wild cow, an old horse, wild horse, was a wild animal. Was telling more about the weather. They warn you about the weather. Now people don't believe that. I remember it. I did. I had a month or two get letters from him. Weatherman.
Okay, sir. Thank you.